All right, welcome.
Welcome.
Yes, front office football. I am Keith. That
I
is
am
Nathan. And we are going to run our first mock draft.
We're doing a round one, no trades mock draft.
Yes. So for those that have been following, our first 4 episodes were kind of draft needs. NFC East, West, North, South. You get it all. AFC, NFCs. Appreciate everybody's views so far.
Yep.
Keep viewing. Provide any content, feedback that you want us to talk about. So we're ready to rock and roll today. We've got 32 picks to get through. We're not really on a timer, but we're going to do our best to kind of get through, give some anecdotes. Try not to be too chalk. Try not to be too crazy. But
and the way it's going to work is he is going to have all of the odd number picks. I'm going to have all the even number picks. Just that way, it's a little bit more realistic. We don't know. We don't know who is going to be on the board by the time some of these picks come up.
Yes,
so that's how it's gonna work.
Yes, we'll try to be as what we think is going to be happening.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hop to it. Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Let's go.
All right, I have the first pick on the clock with the Raiders. No surprise here. Mendoza is going to get taken.
Yeah.
Looked the part, acted the part, played well in big games. Passer rating last year of just snug under $130, which is pretty fantastic. 41 touchdowns.
That's very fantastic.
6 interceptions. So, the situation is they need him. I love that they got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Kirk Cousins is probably going to play a year, maybe a year or two, year and a half. And then let's see Fernando on the backside and have, what's his name, Cousins be a mentor, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for this. So.
All right, now that we got the clear and obvious out of the way.
Clear and obvious.
Pick number 2. So the Jets.
Yeah, 11 picks, I think.
11 picks. They have a lot of needs.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's many players other than Arvell Reese that deserve the number 2 spot in terms of picks that they need. Because they need wide receiver. There's no wide receiver worth number 2. They need cornerback. Mansour Lane's good. He's not pick number 2, though. So I think they just straight up best defensive player in the draft. Give him to Aaron Glenn. Let him work. And give him Arvell Reese.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Yeah.
No argument there. I mean, it's the smartest pick you could possibly take. Best defensive player on the board.
It is, yeah, especially because of his hybridness of what he is. A little bit of a Micah Parsons comp.
Yeah.
Coming out of Penn State. He can do all of it. He can be the off-ball linebacker, can be the edge rusher. So I hope that they use him correctly in the NFL.
All right, I am on the clock with number 3.
Pick number 3.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
They, too, have a lot of needs. I'm not going quarterback here.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I think some of the other needs that we talked about was offensive line.
Yeah, it was.
Defensive line. Linebacker.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, if I was them, I'm on the clock. I'm torn right now between Ruben Bain and Sonny Styles.
Okay. Yeah.
They do need a linebacker.
They do.
They need somebody to kind of champion them, that leader of the defense. I think Ruben Bain would be great, but I just don't think they have enough in the defense as a quarterback in the defense, and I think Sonny Styles could be that.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's no argument there. I mean, they could definitely use an upgrade at linebacker. I think Cody Simon, their rookie, I believe, actually, out of Ohio State, just like Sonny Styles. He played fine last year. He had 30 solo tackles. So
yeah.
I think he can get better. But they really have nothing on that linebacker core. So
no.
I do think that I agree with you that Sonny Styles is unfortunately the way to go.
We say that because Cowboys needed a linebacker. We're a Cowboys fan, so we'll get to that. So that was a little bit of my, I don't really want to take him, but yeah. I'm playing the Arizona Cardinals. I'm taking him. His snap coverage or snaps against coverage and his snaps against rush is about the same. That means he's 3-down player. He's not coming off the field.
And this is what I really look at. 2 missed tackles.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure those 2 were both in the national championship game against Miami. So that's really impressive.
Yeah.
And he's a converted safety, so he's got that ball hawking skills that is clearly shown on tape.
He plays well in coverage.
Yep.
Really well in coverage.
His only negative is his block shedding. I feel like that's really about it, which can be taught in the NFL. So, yeah,
All right.
I agree with you. It is Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles is off the board. You are on the clock with pick 4.
All right, Tennessee. So, here's the thing with Tennessee. I feel like it's got to be Jeremiah Love. They don't have... Tony Pollard is the running back 1 right now. You could go offensive line, support Cam Ward. They just got Wandale Moore. No, not Wandale Moore. Wandale Moore is now on the... Wandale Robinson from the Giants to help out at wide receiver. You could go edge rusher.
That's what I was
You
thinking.
could go really any direction.
Sure.
But when you have a player like Jeremiah Love sitting there at pick number 4 and you need a running back to support Cam Ward, I feel like that's just the direction you have to go.
I like it. They're getting some solid talent at quarterback last year. Great talent at running back now with this draft with Love. I think they're building a team that can grow together.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm on it.
And especially what I like especially about Jeremiah Love is the fact that he was able to have this much success this year while also somewhat splitting time with his other running mate, which let me pull up his player card right here. Where is the other player card? That's interesting. Well, the reason I was going to bring up his player card because for some reason I don't remember his name, but he's a good player, and so he Jeremiah Love's good. He's the best running back in the draft. He's one of the best players in the draft. That's the direction the Titans should go.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
All right, pick 5. You're on the clock.
The Giants, the G-men. A buddy of mine was like, hey, I think the Giants need an offensive lineman.
Jadarian Price was the running back. Sorry.
And they were like, oh, the offensive lineman out of Miami. You and I talked about it. Not in the first round.
Not in the first round.
I think there's enough depth, I think is what you educated me on. There's enough depth in the offensive line draft class here.
I mean, yeah, he's a good player. I mean, look at the stats. 2 sacks, 4 hits, 9 hurries. Level of competition he was going up against was pretty solid. He can play anywhere on the offensive line because of his stature, 6'6", 315.
All right, get him off the board. I'm not taking him. All right.
I'm just saying. He's a good player.
So I'm torn, and I think the Giants are going to be a little torn too, between wide receiver and safety.
Yeah, definitely.
And the challenge there is, do you take the wide receiver that, I don't want to say early, it would be Cardinal Tate if I took him.
It would. He's my wide receiver 1. He's a lot of people's wide receiver 1. He's good. 875. This is what I love. 17.2 yards of reception. Love that. Especially when he was, I mean, if you really think about it, the wide receiver 2 on his team.
Yeah.
Behind Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Carnell Tate.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, I'm going Carnell Tate.
Number 6 is where I would have actually picked Carnell Tate for the Browns, unfortunately. So, listen, the Browns...
They still need a wide receiver.
They still need a wide receiver, admittedly. But they do have other holes on that team, specifically at the offensive line position. They lost, I'm pretty sure, all of their starting offensive linemen this year, which is unfortunate for them. They brought in Titus Howard at right tackle from the Texans. They brought back Tevin Jenkins for right guard. They brought in Elton Jenkins from the Packers to be their center. They brought in Zion Johnson from the Bills. Or was it the Bills or was it the Chargers?
I think you did this last time you were.
It was the Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that last time, I'm pretty sure, which I like. And they still got DeWanda Jones at left tackle, which he's fine.
Yeah.
He's all right. He can develop. He's still 24. So I actually think that they fixed their offensive line, in my opinion.
So I agree, and I was gonna actually follow it up with we just talked about the Giants, and it's like, hey, do you take a offensive lineman this early? It was a one pick before, and we were like, not really. There's plenty of depth, so they needed it more than the Giants
Correct.
at the time.
Correct.
Patched a bunch of holes with some decent players. So where are you gonna go then? You gonna stretch on a wide receiver?
I am.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean,
You have to.
yeah, you do have to. You can go. You can't go a defensive route. No. Your defensive players are good.
Yeah.
You could go safety, but your defense is good, just straight up. So, really, then it's between Mekhi Lemon and Jordan Tyson, the one in the 2 and the 3 wide receivers.
Yep.
PFF has Mekhi Lemon over Jordan Tyson.
Yep.
And I agree with them. I do think Mekhi Lemon is my number 2. Saw a little bit of I didn't look too much into it, but I heard at the draft there were some character concerns during his interviews, but the Browns are used to that. So
the experts in that field.
The experts in that field. So I do think they stretch a little bit on a wide receiver just because
11 touchdowns last year.
You're not taking a quarterback.
14.6 yards reception.
Yeah.
And what I like about that stat, so in 2024 he only had 3 touchdowns.
Correct.
But if you look at his yards per reception, it's been 14 something.
Yeah.
Over those 3 years, which the boy likes to go downfield and catch a ball.
Yeah, 14-6 this year, 14-7 2024, 14-7 2023.
Yeah.
So he is super consistent. Even when he only had 88 yards in 2023, he still had 14.7 yards of reception.
Yep.
So that is my pick, Mekhi Lemon.
All right, good choice.
Pick number 7. Mekhi Lemon could have gone to the Commanders as well, in my opinion. But it is your turn. You're on the clock. Pick number 7, Washington Commanders.
Stumped.
I am too.
We talked about this.
We talked about this
literally
last
week, where it was like they don't really need a lot, but they do need a lot, but they don't need a lot. And it's like what?
It was less of they don't need a lot and more of they're just average at every position.
Yeah.
So when you're average at every position, there's no clear hole.
That's a better way to say it. Yes. Wow.
You're really stumped, and I am too.
Well, it's like running back, maybe.
But there's no running back that you could take at this
anybody
pick.
At this pick. Wide receiver, we just took 2. You're not going to take another one. Like your defensive line is probably where it needs to be, or safety.
Yeah, I probably agree with you on defensive line. Probably more like an edge rusher look.
Yeah, and I'm just going to pull the trigger on the guy. He's the best available and the best available out of Miami.
Okay.
Ruben Bain
Ruben
Jr.
Bain. Yeah. Ruben Bain, he's real good.
He's always in too. Almost 900 snaps last year.
And I don't care about the arms. You know, if the arms were such a concern going into the NFL,
He wouldn't be ranked where he is.
He wouldn't be ranked where he is. I mean, the player, the way I look at it is, he goes up against Francis Mauigoa and Markel Bell every day at practice.
Yeah.
There's no concern for me. Those 2 are both going to be NFL. Markel Bell maybe start, maybe not, but they're both going to be in the NFL. David Bailey could have been also a good choice. I feel like they're really close. In my opinion, I like David Bailey just a little bit better as just like a pure edge rusher. His bend is a little bit concerning. But yeah, I think Ruben Bain is the right pick right there. So, good pick.
All right.
Now I am on the clock.
For the Saints.
For the Saints. And I feel like, for me, this is a no-brainer. you lost your guy, your cornerback in a free agency that I really wanted the Cowboys to go out and get, but instead he went to the Titans, Alontae Taylor. So I feel like you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that. You gotta get the best cornerback available. That's Mansour Delane. Unfortunately, he's the best.
He is.
He had a great 2025. 31.3 passer rating allowed, 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, 165. His 2024 wasn't as impressive. It was still fine. His 2023 was good. I liked his 2023. You got to go cornerback.
He's a machine back there.
You got to fix what
you lost.
you lost, and that's Mansour Delane.
All right. Solid. I hate you.
You took Sonny Styles. Come on, dude. All right, you're up. You're on the clock. Pick 9. Kansas City Chiefs.
They have some obvious holes.
They do.
And I think, and I don't want to be this guy that's like, oh, that's so unlikely, and you're screwing the draft up because it's outside the art of possibility. Hold on, I might come off of that thought.
Can I guess what you're going to say?
Sure, guess what I was going to say?
Francis Mauigoa.
No.
Ah, okay. Because right tackle is a possibility, since their loss of Juwan Taylor, which a helpful loss because he wasn't that good. So right tackle could definitely be a situation that they pick to protect Patrick Mahomes. Hopefully that he's healthy, or depending on who you ask. But where do you go? You're on the clock. Only got so much time. Can't take a cornerback. It's off the board. You could take an edge rusher, David Bailey. Could take safety, Caleb Downs. Where do you go?
I know, I'm on the clock.
You're on the clock. Let's go.
I think I'm going to take Jordan Tyson.
Wow. Okay.
I know, above where he should be taken, but they just don't have anybody catching the ball.
That's true. Their wide receivers are Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy.
Now, you could say Jordan Tyson is no better than those two, and he's just a rookie coming in. And that's where I was stuck. So what was going on in my head is like...
But I feel like he is a good rookie coming in.
I know, right?
He's good. He is good. I mean...
He didn't have a ton of yards last year.
He didn't, but 8 touchdowns. I love 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I love 61 of 97. He likes to catch the ball.
So he was targeted 97 times.
Correct.
In 9 games.
Yes, that's about 10 yards, or 11, just under 11
targets
a game. That's reliability.
Yeah. Forcing the ball, et cetera, but and maybe his competition wasn't there, but I was a reach. A little bit of a reach.
I mean, I'd say the competition was there. Arizona, that's some good cornerback, or that's some good.
We talked about some of the corner
defensive back.
Yeah, you're fair.
Texas Tech, that's some pretty good.
I stand corrected on that.
Yeah.
I hope he does well. I think not for Kansas City's sake, for his sake. I think he's a good kid for sure. We'll see.
But that is now 3 wide receivers taken inside the top 10. That is the most.
I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's a lot of drafts that have had that, so I don't hate it. It's your draft.
I was torn. I was really torn. I didn't want to go secondary.
Yeah,
it was either going to be edge or wide receiver.
Yeah, and I don't hate it. All right, my turn. Bengals.
Shout out to Meyer.
I am going to go. I feel like. I mean, they're sitting right there. You can see it on the screen. It's David Bailey or it's Caleb Downs. you need defensive help badly. Everybody knows that. But now the only question is, you got Boye Mafe to fill in for.
We talked about their defense being like maybe it's not as huge of an issue as we thought.
It's true, but you brought in Boye Mafe because you lost Trey Hendrickson, but you don't have anybody really opposite of him. And then at safety, you brought in Brian Cook, so I think you fixed that safety spot, which is why I'm going David Bailey.
Really? You're not taking the tackle out of Miami?
No, I think their offensive line could use help, yes, but like we said before, it's a deep offensive line draft class, I feel like, and David Bailey is just that good.
Okay.
15 sacks, 43 hurries, 23 hits. Too bad at balls. I like him. I like him a
he's
lot.
great.
He's great.
He's great.
So, Bengals get their next edge rusher of the future opposite of Boye Mafe.
Okay.
You're on the clock. Pick 11.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins, everybody's favorite aquatic animal.
Full roster reconstruction. They need a lot.
They need a ton.
So, but I don't think I'm taking our tackle from
Really?
Miami.
Okay.
I think they have. I
You don't want to develop the lineman first before you get to any skill positions? Is there any so who are you thinking then?
was thinking of secondary as well.
Yeah, that's fair. They do need defensive back help badly.
I was thinking of Caleb Downs.
Yeah. And I'm right there with you.
Those are my two that I'm stuck on right this second.
He's the best available guy. You need defensive back help. All the wide receivers have been wiped off the board, even though your wide receiver 1 is Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not going to take another wide receiver.
You're not going to take another. Yeah. Yeah, the next best wide receiver for me is Omar Cooper Jr. You're not taking him at pick 11.
No.
So you're going Caleb Downs?
No.
Come on, bro.
I'm going to take Francis.
You're taking okay. There you go. That's the right pick.
I was torn between the two, and I see your point. What I was afraid was I didn't want to stick him on. Like, I felt like he's a great player for somebody that needs like one spot filled.
Right.
And I didn't want to put him on a team that needs a whole lot of help on the offensive line, and then he looks like he doesn't perform well because he's the unicorn on the. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're saying.
And I felt like in the secondary,
Yeah.
you could kind of hide that a little bit more because you're roaming the field a little bit there in the backside of the defense.
Yeah.
And I think you can make a bigger impact quicker than if you were just filling a hole on the offensive line. That's where my brain was at, but
Yeah.
the right pick is...
It's Maui Noah.
It is Maui Noah.
All right. Pick 12, the Dallas Cowboys. Now, let me scroll down to him right here. Jermon McCoy.
I think we need a wide receiver.
Anyways, Jermon McCoy, there were some concerns with his health coming in, but then at his pro day, he ran a 4.38. So that's his straight line speed. I didn't really see much of his
lateral
speed, but despite that, his 2024 was one of the best 2024s I've seen out of this entire class. But it's just really concerning that he hasn't played a snap of football in over a year. I mean, you could say that the instincts are still there, but I feel like the Cowboys are in a win now situation. We've got the offense. All we got to do is fix the defense. Cornerback, yes, we need help at. But I think what we could also use help at is nickelback. And that's what Caleb Downs can play. Caleb Downs can play all over that defense. All over that defense.
Doesn't have to come off the field.
Doesn't have to come off the field. He's great. He's going to be our nickelback. Caleb Downs.
Now, some of you may be sitting there and being like, Keith, you said you were going to take Caleb Downs, and then you didn't. And was that because you knew Cowboys were picked next? I'd like to say no, but I'm sure there's probably a little bit in my head that said yes.
Maybe a little bit, but the Dolphins.
I'm trying to be as impartial.
The Dolphins are in rebuild mode right
Yeah.
now. They're not in the position to take a guy
Yeah.
like Caleb Downs.
Yes.
That's like the Jets taking Kyle Hamilton 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Pick 13, the LA Rams.
From Atlanta, their pick.
Yep.
Um,
Just like the Cowboys, they used to have to. Forgot about that. Traded away to the Chiefs for a cornerback.
not taking a wide receiver.
Correct. I mean, if you were going to take a wide receiver, it would have had to been Jordan Tyson,
Yeah.
but he's off the board.
I am not going to take which my other. I'm just look. The reality is they need offensive line help.
It's true.
So I'm going to take Spencer Vano.
That's the right pick. Spencer Fano can play all over the offensive line.
Yeah.
He's willing to play all over the offensive line. If you watched his interview at the combine.
We saw that. That was such a
We were
great
there.
statement. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forget exactly what it was, but he was just like, I'm playing football. Whether I'm a tackle, I'm a guard, or a center, I'm playing football. So, love the mindset. He's also just a great player. There's some size concern, but
I think that's why he
6'6",
said that, right?
yeah,
Like,
that's why he said
don't let that be a deterrent because of where maybe I played as a tackle versus a guard or a center.
Right.
Like, just I love football. I'm a good player. I've shown I'm a good player. Put me, I'll play.
Yeah. And that's the right pick.
Look at me.
Look at you.
Some good ones.
Some good
Some
ones.
questionable ones.
All right, Ravens at pick 14. They are in need of interior offensive line in general, and they do need a wide receiver. But I'm not going to take a wide receiver right here because I don't think a wide receiver should go right here. And this is actually going to be the third offensive lineman taken in the top 15. I'm going to go Oliva Vanga Ione. Ione. There's actually a silent N, or not silent N, an N that is not put in this name. He was telling everybody the pronunciation of his name is Oliva Vanga Ione.
Huh.
But in my opinion, Vega Ione is the best guard prospect since Quentin Nelson out of Notre Dame.
Why?
God, he's just a mauler. He is phenomenal in the passing. Look at this. 0 sacks, 0 hits. 0 sacks in 2024. Just 1 hit. 4 hurries. He's insane. Turn on the tape, going back to his Ohio State game, playing against Caden McDonald, who could be a first-round pick in this year's draft. He beat him. He won that battle. He is great. He has some concerns in the run game, but in terms of pass blocking, if you want to pass block for Lamar Jackson, make sure he doesn't get injured. It's Vega Ione.
Yeah, and I like that he plays left guard. I think that's a good helper side on the line that they definitely need.
I feel like he could play any side, but really,
Sure, but
yeah.
But I think that's his natural spot.
Also, since their starter last year, Daniel Falele, is now on the Giants, so they do have a guard hole now.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
smart.
Vanga Ione.
Yeah, very smart.
Pick
Very, very
15,
smart.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you were on the clock.
The Buckies. Couple things here in my brain that's clicking around.
Like?
Tight end.
Yeah. See, tight end could definitely be the pick for them. But for some reason, I just feel like Kenyon Sadiq isn't the fit for the Buccaneers.
That's where I was like, I don't think he's the right fit for them.
He just doesn't seem like a Buccaneer. I don't know. I don't know what direction I'm trying to get at from there, but he just doesn't feel like a Buccaneer.
So I think what I'm going to take, because they need a tight end.
They do.
They need a guard.
They do.
Need an edge rusher.
They do.
You're naming every position on the field.
You're naming every position that PFF says that they need.
No, but we talked about it.
We did talk about
I mean, yes, I am reading a little bit of the screen, but we've talked about kind of some of the situations. And I think where I keep landing to based on, I think their struggles last year where they collapsed, I think they need help with some rush. And I think I'm going to go Akeem Mesidor
Okay.
out of Miami.
I love that. Akeem Mesidor is 25 years old by the
I
time.
didn't go book. I didn't just take the next guy.
That's true. You didn't. You made a good pick. Akeem Mesidor, he's going to be 29 by the time his rookie contract is up.
We've talked a lot about this recently.
But I like him a lot. He playing right alongside opposite of holy crap. Ruben Bain.
Ruben Bain, yes.
Playing right alongside Ruben Bain. 13 sacks, 50 hurries.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. 13 sacks. 50 hurt. I think that's the right. Like the age doesn't scare me.
It's the
I mean,
right pick.
just get him for his 5 years.
Yeah.
And see where the road takes you.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good pick. He's a good edge rusher. I like it a lot.
Thank you. See, I give you the illusion that I have no clue what
All right,
I'm
the
doing.
Jets. I get both of their picks today. How awesome is that?
Said no one ever.
Said no one ever. A completely original statement. I love picking for the Jets. We took Arvell Reese for them earlier in this draft at pick 2. So I feel like their edge rusher linebacker kind of is fixed. And I mentioned him earlier, and I think this is where I'm going to take him.
And I guess?
Go, shoot.
McCoy?
I'm going McCoy. I mean, especially with the loss of Sauce Gardner, you need cornerback. You don't have a cornerback.
Yeah. You got
need a
11
cornerback.
picks. Like you got to start pulling people off the board.
And this is actually smart for them because now the health doesn't scare me because the Jets are basically in a rebuild mode.
Right. You're not pulling somebody in that's a hole filler on a
Yeah.
bubble team that's trying to get over the hump, and all of a sudden he gets hurt or he doesn't play early or he's on a pitch count, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I drafted him high to play, and now he's not really playing. So
Exactly.
I love where you're going with that thought.
Yeah. All right. I hope you make the right decision with this one. Pick 17, the Lions.
You just put a lot of pressure on me now.
Well,
I'm going to tell you it's offense.
okay. And I agree. It should be
All
offense.
right. I'm halfway there. And I'm torn between two guys.
Oh, you're torn between two guys on offense.
Yeah.
Okay. And who are these two guys?
Blake Miller
Yeah.
and Freeling.
Yeah.
And I think I got a little bias push because you and I have talked, not prepping for this, just in the last month, 2 months, whatever we've been talking. And feel like his name has come up a lot when we've talked about Detroit from you. Maybe? No? I feel like I remember that. Maybe it was for some other team. You're giving me side eye.
Well, who are you thinking of?
Freeling.
Yeah. I'm thinking of.
All right.
Okay.
You gave me the stink eye. Like,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
you're not. That's not what
I thought you were going to say that I've been mentioning Miller going to Detroit, but no.
No, but
It's-
we have talked about
yeah.
Miller too.
So the thing with Monroe Freeling is he's definitely a slightly bit more of a project. You turn on the tape, and he can shine. He can shine very bright, but then there's also spots where he can definitely falter a bit. You know, sometimes his
What
run,
do you got on the board there? 2 sacks. That's not bad.
it's not bad.
6
No.
hurries. That's not bad.
It's the run game is what I'm referring to, and especially when you have a Jahmyr Gibbs type guy. But my opinion has faltered ever since I heard a statement come out that they are going to use Jahmyr Gibbs a lot more when it comes to receiving. So now I love the Monroe Freeling pick. Before I just liked the before I liked the Monroe Freeling pick a lot. Now I love the Monroe Freeling pick.
I love that you love it.
I love that you love that I love it.
Okay, we're clicking along here. We are on Minnesota Vikings.
Yep. All right, Minnesota quarterback. No. I do like Kyler Murray. I do like that they brought in Kyler Murray.
Somebody in the front office. Can they draft a front office first?
Can they draft a front office first? Do they have a GM yet? I'm pretty sure they fired their GM. Like
they fired him at the combine.
Yeah, they fired him
the day he got back
back
from the combine.
Yeah, they fired him after we were on our drive home listening to ESPN, and they're like, "Yeah, the Vikings just fired their GM." So
All right.
I don't even know if they have a GM right now, but if they did,
Hopefully they got a lot of notes from the Senior Bowl.
I sure hope so. Yeah, I'd go Dylan Thieneman. They need safety. They need defensive back.
They do. That's
help
no
in general.
brainer.
And Dylan Thieneman, he is so good.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a home run pick for them if he's sitting there at 18.
And just like Caleb Downs, he can play everywhere. You know, he's just a great player. Dylan Thieneman.
Okay.
Yep.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah. That's you.
Awesome. Okay. That was a little quiet, I felt like.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, this is a lot better.
Panthers.
They are on the clock.
They are down the road from us. We are in Raleigh, for those that care.
Been to 2 of their games? 3 of their games? 2 or 3?
3. 2 Cowboys games.
No.
1 Cowboys game?
Yeah, Buccaneers, Cowboys, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Brady's last season.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes. All right. On the clock, this is, to me, a no-brainer. I know you didn't like it earlier, I'm taking Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the pick. They need a pass catcher.
Yeah.
They slam dunk, home run, whatever sports analogy you want to use on Ted McMillan.
Yes.
But
yes, I like Sadiq. Here.
It's him and Jalen Coker. I'm pretty sure it's Jalen Coker, but it's those two, and that's about it. And you don't have a very good quality tight end. So, yeah, I agree with that's the pick.
All right. What? And you get the 2 Cowboys picks.
And I get the 2 Cowboys picks.
Bullshit.
This is tough, honestly. Before, it was easy. It was easy saying, yeah, let's get our nickelback of the future, Caleb Downs. But now, it's a little bit more difficult because...
Why?
Oh, my thing is fallen. I apologize. There we go. Okay. Now it's a little bit more difficult. Why? Because you could say, we need a linebacker, so go get CJ Allen. But do you really want a rookie being your defensive play caller when we're trying to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years? I feel like that's the direction we go when it comes to trading. I've heard a lot of rumors about a third for Jordan Brooks from the Dolphins, which is becoming a possibility every coming day. Holy crap, I'm going to have to hold it for the rest of the time until I fix it. So I actually don't think linebacker is the way that we go right here. I would actually argue edge rusher.
Yeah, I'm fine with this edge rusher.
Depending
on who you take.
So this is actually who I take. I see Keldrick Falk.
Uh-huh.
I see Cassius Howell.
Right.
I see TJ Parker.
Yeah.
I see Zion Young. I don't care. I'm going Mason Thomas.
And that's his first
That's
name.
his first name. His first name is R. Mason.
Yes.
Which I love. I love a good first name.
Okay.
So while you talk,
why are you taking R. Mason? I'm going to let you finish telling me why R. Mason for the Cowboys, and then you're going to loosen that thing.
Yep.
And then reset it and tighten it.
Yep. While you were talking.
Yes.
I like R. Mason just because he's a great edge rusher. He's a great player. I don't think he's ever going to fully develop into a great run defender, but you're missing pass rush right now. and pass rush is where I think he can really help. I know the numbers aren't exactly showing it. 6 sacks, 3 hits, 19 hurries, 1 batted ball. But turn on the tape. He's good. And I think he's better than those other edge rushers. I don't know if people are going to agree with me, but he's better than Keldrick Folk. Keldrick Folk isn't that good. Cassius Howell. I said that I didn't care about Ruben Bain's arms. I'm not gonna lie, Cassius Howell's arms scare me. I'm pretty sure they're the shortest ever. I'm pretty sure I have longer arms than Cassius Howell, and I'm not joking. TJ Parker was definitely a pick that I was considering over our Mason Thomas, and so was Zion Young. But I think Zion Young's pass rush and our Mason's are pretty similar. But I just like our Mason's.
Yeah.
I like our Mason better.
All right.
That's just what I think.
All right. I'm going to take over. You gotta
Take over.
Loosen that up and reset it. All right. So one of the things that I think we agreed with was Falk, which we talked about it when we said we were at the combine and we saw him. I mean, it's fine, but I felt like he was getting way more hype for not really doing anything above and beyond in the combine than what we were seeing from other players.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
we saw our Mason, and he looked great. So I like it. I'm not opposed to what you just did there. Looking now on the clock for me, which is the Steelers.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, congratulations. Steelers. I'm going to take a quarterback. Just kidding.
Okay. Man, it's really a gamble with every pick.
Yeah.
When it comes to you.
Come on, I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
All right, so this is where I am
Give
going.
Will Howard a shot. But go ahead.
Yeah. Now, I said in the past wide receiver, and you're like, oh, the wide receivers are fine. It's fine. I'm not going to take a wide receiver here.
Thank God.
I'm not taking secondary either.
Okay.
But what I am going to take is I am going to take Blake Miller.
Okay. Blake Miller. Oh, God dang it.
Why?
There we go. Yeah, Blake Miller. He's good. I like him. That's a good pick. Offensive tackle. He could, honestly, he could even play interior if he wanted to.
He can.
6'6", 315.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Blake Miller a lot.
It's not a sexy pick, but I think they need more help, especially I'm hoping if they start, what's his name at quarterback?
Will Howard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I like him.
I know we did.
I like Will Howard.
All right, we're not going to talk all day about the Steelers. But
Yeah.
that's my pick is Blake Miller.
And I like that pick. People are going to get mad over that, saying, why didn't you take Caden Proctor? And I'm going to be the Debbie Downer here and say there is a more likely than not chance that we won't get to Caden Proctor in this first round mock draft because of reasons that I can go over in another video.
Okay.
But yeah, Blake Miller is the right pick. Chargers. Now, Chargers. I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch, not too much of a stretch, but I was going to go Emmanuel Pregnon. They need interior offensive line to help protect Justin Herbert. And Emmanuel Pregnon, he's good. He's smart. I like his athleticism overall. But when there hasn't been a defensive tackle taken yet in this draft class, and Caden McDonald is just sitting right there. I mentioned him earlier. He did lose his battle against Vega Ione, but man, is he good. He's good in run blocking, which they're going to need now that the Chiefs have Kenneth Walker. He's good. He's great, even. I like Caden McDonald a lot. That's where the Chargers are going to go.
Okay.
On the clock. Yuck.
Can I get somebody in here to pick for the Eagles?
Yeah, can we get
Anybody?
Let's get a replacement. Yeah, let's just, I don't know.
Can I phone a friend?
Let's give him Ty Simpson.
Wait, let me phone my buddy Scotty. Just kidding. There's somebody sitting there in front of me, which shouldn't be still sitting there on the board, and I refuse to give him to the Eagles.
think you have to, unfortunately.
Really?
You're Howie Roseman right now. This is the pick. It is. Say his name, put the pick in.
C.J. Allen.
Yeah, it's CJ Allen.
It's disgusting. We talked about it
It's
last
so
week.
gross. They always get like the best player at the lowest draft spot. God,
Fucking hate it.
I hate it. Hate it a lot.
I almost went safety.
That could
and took McNeil Warren,
but they did just get Tariq Woolen, I'm pretty sure, in free agency, who's not going to be their safety, but he helps their defensive back room.
So you're welcome again, Eagles.
Man.
You get another great guy.
You get another great linebacker to pair up with your already great linebackers.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right, that's enough of the Eagles.
Oh man, and I get
And
the Browns
two
pick.
Browns.
And two Browns picks. It's my lucky day.
Where are you going?
Well, previously I picked Mekhi Lemon because they need a wide receiver, and I said that if it wasn't Mekhi Lemon, then it was probably going to be a left tackle.
Right.
But
Ooh.
I don't love the left tackles. I just said that we're probably not going to. If I'm going to draft a left tackle, I'm probably going to draft Caden Proctor. Not.
Why not?
Well, again, I said we get it in a later video. He's lost some weight according to the combine, but he's just big. That's about it.
Okay.
And I'm really scared of just big offensive linemen.
Doesn't age well.
Doesn't age well at all. I mean, Daniel Falele for one, Anthony Bradford for two, the two worst offensive linemen in this year's draft. I mean, in the last year's season, were both really just big linemen. That was about it.
This isn't high school ball where you just be big and win.
Yeah. And I mean, I could admit when he's a good player, and he's a decent player, but his size really does scare me a bit. If Caden Proctor played this season, this 2025 season at 6'7", 325 pounds, or even 330 pounds, then yeah, I like the pick. But I feel like he's too big. I feel like
where are you going then?
that's the thing. I don't know because Caleb Lamu, people are down on Caleb Lamu a lot, but look at this: 0 sacks, 2 hits, 6 hurries. That's good, and he's got some good length. 6'6", 308. He's a left tackle, and that's what he played at.
What about the dude out of Arizona State?
He's a right tackle, and I don't think he can convert realistically. But he's good. Max Akinat, sure. But I like Caleb Lomu. I don't know why people don't. He's a great tackle. I think that's mainly his run game. But I mean, you're not really in the position to be running the ball all too much in these games once you get blown out by 40.
All right, so who are you taking?
I'm taking Caleb Lomu. Sorry.
Caleb Lomu off the board.
I like him. I feel
All right.
like he is a left tackle.
The Bears.
The Bears. Hit me with your best shot.
I mean, it's not really a conversation. I'm taking Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Yeah, totally.
And it's not because he's next on the top of this board that we're looking at here. It's literally because they need a safety.
They do need a safety.
And
I think
he's really good.
I mean, just imagine what the Bears can do because they brought in Kobe Bryant.
43 tackles at a safety.
Yeah, they brought in Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks, and now you're having Kobe Bryant and Emmanuel McNeil Warren in that same at that. It's great. I think they're going to do a lot of great things with that. That the NFC North or the NFC North isn't going to like. All right, look at that. I get the Bills as well.
Oh, we haven't heard of them yet.
No, we have not because they are at pick 26.
I know who I would take.
And who's that?
I'm not saying.
All right. Well, I would have taken man, it's tough. It's tough to think of what the Bills need because they do need linebacker.
Yes.
They do need safety.
Yes.
They do need defensive line.
Oh, so it sounds like you're just reading the board.
Yeah.
I got your back.
You got me back.
No, but you're right.
I like the addition of DJ Moore, and then I think they can address wide receiver a little bit later on as well. But my thing that I'm looking at is that left guard position, because they lost their previous left guard to the Texans, I believe, and now they do have a hole at left guard. So, and their offensive line, I think if I remember correctly, their offensive line wasn't great last year. I feel like you brought up a stat about that when we talked about them during last week. But yeah, I feel like, and that's where I'm going to go.
I know where you're taking it.
Manuel.
Yeah.
Pregnon.
Yeah, he's so good.
And he's really good. I like him a lot. That's my pick. Manuel Pregnon guard.
Only gave up 1 sack, 2 hits, 2 hurries, 910 snaps. Dude can play.
Dude can play. He does play.
Yep. Love that pick.
All right. You are on the clock. We are at pick 27. This is
The Niners.
no man's land right here.
What do you mean, no man's land?
I mean, I feel like every
All right, so
person-
here's what I'm going to
Okay,
do.
Shoot. Oh, can I say something first? Look at here on PFF. They say, yeah, they need edge rusher. But so is everybody else. Maybe I'm in the dark here. As much as I like to know things about football, maybe I'm in the dark. But do they not have Nick Bosa, who I guess you could say there's some medical concerns, but this was like his first year injured in 3 years, and they just drafted Michael Williams out of Georgia last year, and he got injured in like week 4, so they didn't really see how much he could play. But when he was in, he was good. So why do they need edge rusher? I don't think they do. So, but go on. What you were gonna say? You're laughing because you were gonna take edge rusher. Okay. Well, this is your pick.
It is my pick, and I'm taking Keldridge Falk. And I know I just said I don't like Keldridge Falk, but I'm assuming that they is not going to be sitting on the board at 27.
I am. He's a project.
I'm taking him.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Bosa. How old is Nick Bosa? Do you know?
No, and that's where like you're saying the same things I think in my brain, which is he's a project. They got Bosa. I think in like 2 years, they could work the project.
I agree.
So that's where I'm going.
And as much as I dog on him, he's got great size, 6'6", 285. That's just pure defensive.
You're not
size.
going to pass that up.
You're not going to pass that
He's
up.
not going to get to the second round.
All right, Texans, love it. I like
Quarterback.
ever since they add quarterback. That was the one thing holding them back last year, admittedly.
Dude, look like. Do you ever see those TikToks where the guy's just like videotapes himself like chucking the ball and then he like catches the ball and it's like somebody like fumbling it.
Yeah,
That's what he looked like.
it was. Yeah. I mean, what was it? Like 10 turnovers in 2 playoff games.
Yeah.
Somehow he won his first one, but 10 turnovers.
Well, it's because they played Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was because they played Pittsburgh. But if this was filmed 1 month ago, I would have said offensive line. But I don't think I do anymore. It's weird. They brought in Braden Smith to replace Titus Wheat at right tackle. They brought in Wyatt Teller for the right guard.
Mm-hmm.
Ariante Ursary, the rookie out of Minnesota, played well, I think. You could go interior offensive line with left guard or center. You could. But there's no one here that's really worth that, I don't think. I mean, let's just go to it. Let's go to the interior of the offensive line. Chase Basantis, he's good. He's not a first rounder. Keelan Rutledge, he's good, not a first rounder. All these guys, they're good, not first rounders. So I feel like Texans, when it comes to the Texans, it's really just got to be like best player available. And that is cornerback. But I'm going to say but again. The cornerbacks are good. So I'm actually going to go defensive line. There's a lot of good defensive linemen here. I'm going Caleb Banks. He didn't play too much. He played 3 games in 2025. But look at his 2024. As a defensive tackle, as a big defensive tackle, 6'6", 330 pounds. He had 4 sacks, 4 hits, 21 hurries. The batted ball. Man, he is good. I like him a lot. They're going defensive tackle.
I like it. We've seen him before, and
we have.
he played at the Senior Bowl. Came back. Yeah, it's not what I would have taken.
What would have you gone with? Reached on an offensive lineman? Wide receiver? Shoot.
I would have reached on a running back.
Really? Okay. You would have reached. Okay. I'll tell you what, though.
Maybe Price. I would have taken.
I might be reaching on a running back later on in this round one. I'll be honest with you. But you're on the clock.
I'm on the clock with the Chiefs.
Pick 29.
I am going to take Avian Terrell.
Yeah, it's the clear and obvious here.
Yeah.
The previous
Fills the other hole.
Yeah, the previous first rounder that they took was
Wide
Jordan
receiver.
Tyson. Yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's Avian Terrell.
Yep.
Are you sure you don't want to take
Nope. Nope.
Avian Terrell? He's good. I like Avian Terrell a lot. All right.
Dolphins.
Yeah, look at that. The Dolphins are back. I think it was your pick. Yeah, it was your pick.
Was
last time.
mine.
Francis Mauigoa. And now they get to get a wide receiver ever since you took Avian Terrell, because I was going to take Avian Terrell for the Dolphins. But now they get to have a wide receiver that's not Jalen Tolbert, and that's Omar Cooper Jr. That's what I'm going with. It's Omar Cooper Jr.
It's funny as you draft, like, and we haven't done this. This is our first time. Like, he's done 1,000.
Yeah.
But it's interesting where when you're making picks and you're like, that seems iffy, or they have other holes. Did I fill the right hole early? And then when you see like some teams like the Chiefs or the Dolphins where we're picking two, and it's all of a sudden it's like they filled both of their holes with good players. So yeah. I think this is interesting. I'd be happy with some of these teams' picks if I was fans of them.
Yeah.
On the clock is the Patriots.
Yes, they are. Patriots on the clock.
Okay, second to last pick. Defensive line or linebacker is where I'm going.
And I agree with you.
I'm struggling a little bit as to where I want to go, but I think I know where I want to go. Let me just pull this thing up real quick in my notes. Hold on. I changed my mind. No. Yeah. I'm torn between two guys. One of them is Jacob Rodriguez.
Well, would you look at that?
As a line. Oh, that's what you have up? I'm looking down. Is that where you thought I was going? Or
that's
did
where I thought you
over?
were going, yeah.
But I'm also on the defensive line.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think Vrabel's.
Why are you kicking your feet like a toddler?
I don't know. I'm trying to think what Vrabel would do.
Vrabel was a linebacker.
I know. So I'm going to go with Jacob Rodriguez.
That is the right pick. I love Jacob Rodriguez. Boom.
We met his parent. We said the story before. Met his parents at the combine. Super great family. We liked what he looked like during the season. Huge fan.
Yep.
Looked solid at the combine.
Yeah.
Nothing stood out that worried, and had a good draft day, or pro day.
Yep.
So, yep. There we go.
All right. Last pick, the Seahawks. Now,
It's on you.
I have two that it could possibly be. First is what I think everybody is thinking, and that's Colton Hood. They need cornerback. They lost a lot of that defensive back, and Colton Hood really stepped up in place of Jermon McCoy this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good this year. I liked him a lot. But then there's also a universe where I click this filter positions all, and I scroll down to running back, and I see that Darian Price is right here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's also another universe where I scroll down a little bit more. Kaytron Allen is there. No, I'm not picking Kaytron Allen. He's a good running back, but I'm not going running back. There's a lot of good running backs.
Whoa, I thought you were going to do it. I thought you were going to pull the trigger.
I pump faked you.
You did.
This is one of my favorite running backs in this draft class, Emmett Johnson. I like him a lot. But I think it's the right choice, right decision to go cornerback Colton Hood. And here we go. This is, let's see if we can, accept all. See if we can zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, there we go. All right. That's our draft. I think it went well. What do you think?
I think it was a lot of fun. I think we didn't go book.
Mm-hmm.
A couple reaches, but not super stretches.
Yep.
I felt like I just said a moment ago where, like, I look at the Chiefs. If I was a fan of them and I got those two players, not being a fan of the Chiefs, I'd be pissed because they're good play. Like, I felt like I don't know. Thought we did good.
I agree. There's a lot of players that we left on the board. Let me go over to my computer screen, and I can just read some names. We left a lot of people like him. We left where is he? We left Cassius Howell on the board.
We did.
That was big. We left Caden Proctor on the board.
Yep.
We left TJ Parker on the board. We left Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion on the board. We left Peter Woods, who for a time was the consensus best defensive tackle, on the board. We left a lot of good guys sitting on the board that I think are gonna be there on the board when the draft actually rolls around in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that stands out to me, which is probably unrealistic, is that there's 1, 2, 3 wide receivers in the top 10 picked.
It's true, but they're all good wide receivers, and they're all going to teams that need wide receivers.
Giants,
Yep.
Browns,
And Chiefs.
and the Chiefs. Now, one could say the Chiefs could have taken something different there and gotten the wide receiver, but it worked out for them. I mean, if you look at who they ended up, and it was Avian Terrell as the cornerback, which they also needed. So I'm pretty psyched on how well this went. We'd love to hear your feedback on how well you think your team got drafted.
I'm actually going to ask you one more thing, and then I'm going to relay the question to the comments. Just in the first round, who won the first round? Who lost the first round?
What team won the first round?
What team won the first round? What team lost the first round? For me, I think the Chiefs won the first round. They got their wide receiver, in my opinion, one, and I think they helped fix their cornerback hole. And then loser, I'm going Niners. Kind of being forced into that you have to get an edge rusher situation.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going. I'm going loser, Niners, winner, Chiefs.
Okay.
Give me your go.
I mean, you stole my Chiefs, I think, and it's hard because they got 2 picks, right? So you're like, of course, they better
win. Yeah.
I mean, the Jets had good picks. I mean, it's hard not to. You're picking 2 in the top, 16?
Yep.
I also talk about Dolphins. They had a lot of holes to fill. But they're good players. They should be getting good players. So, who stood out to me? Probably you're right, the Chiefs. I think
Were you about to say Bills?
I was going to say the Bills.
Okay, you can have a different answer from me.
I'm just looking over some things here. Cowboys? Can I say Cowboys?
As losers?
No, as winners.
Oh, of course you can. Changing my answer. Cowboys won this draft.
I would say the loser is the Texans.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we talked and said we really like Caleb Banks, and we do. I don't know if I would have taken Caleb Banks. That was your pick.
That was my pick.
So I'll push back on you because I took the San Francisco pick that you didn't really like either. So
all right, well, let me know if you agree with him.
Yeah.
Let me know if you agree with me, and if you disagree, vice versa.
yeah, subscribe. I think we're going to try to launch on Spotify coming up soon too.
Shopify.
All right, relax.
Spotify. Yeah.
Spotify. So we're going to try to get it out on Spotify as well, make it a little easier. But yeah, subscribe, leave comments.
Like the video.
And I think next week, just as a precursor, we might do some like sleepers, 3rd round sleepers is an idea we're doing. Yep. I also had an idea of maybe I know it's easy to look at like PFF and say we're the top 5 wide receivers and top 5 running backs and et cetera. But it'd be curious to pull that up and say who do you not think is in that mix?
Okay.
Who would you take out and put in?
So like what's the opposite of a sleeper? An awake.
But that could be also something, right? Taking the top 10 list and yanking 2 out and replacing them with maybe 2 others that are outside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Something. So it's kind of like sleepers as well.
Yep.
All right. Thanks all and enjoy.
Enjoy.